In the year 1071, when the Seljuk Empire defeated the Byzantine Empire in the Battle of Manzikert, they established a new dynasty in Anatolia. This new Turkic empire was called the Sultanate of Rum. After the Seljuk Empire fell, the Sultanate of Rum was destined to continue their legacy. However, they start to lose their power after the invasion of Mongols. Eventually, the dynasty fell, and the empire was divided in small Turkic kingdoms known as the Beyliks. One of them was called the Ottomans, as they gained their independence in 1299 by Osman I. This dynasty became powerful and surpassed the other Beyliks.
I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better, I am better!
But how did this tiny kingdom turn into a massive empire that lasted for centuries? Well, let me explain. First, they started beating the shit out of the other Beyliks. Then, they began to beat the European empires to expand their territory to Europe. They fought the Bulgarians, the Serbians, and the Byzantines. And they were actually successful in their expansion, as they were gaining victories in many battles. But everything changed when this guy showed up from the east. After losing the Battle of Ankara, Sultan Bayezid was captured by the Timurids. This defeat was a disaster for the Ottomans, as their empire went into civil wars between the four sons of Bayezid.
Hi, how are you?
I'm dying!
Meanwhile...
Eventually, Mehmet I ended the civil war by defeating his brothers, and he managed to reunite the empire, which means the Ottomans were able to continue their expansion to Anatolia and Balkans, as they famously took down the Byzantine Empire. When Sultan Mehmet II conquered their famous city, Constantinople, which changed its name to Istanbul, and it became the capital of the Ottoman Empire till the downfall of the dynasty.
If you have Greek god, you would have win, but you lose.
Lose where? Lose where?
You lose. Why is Hagia Sophia this, not?
But this was not the end for the Ottomans' conquests. Sultan Selim I expanded the empire to Africa when he took down the Mamluk Sultanate.
You will never, ever get away with it. Okay, let's wrap this up.
After Selim's death, his son Suleiman the Magnificent continued to make the empire even more powerful, as the empire became a superpower in that time, with a great government, economy, and military, bringing Turkish and Islamic culture around the world. In the reign of Suleiman's son and grandson, the empire was at its maximum expansion and power, as many people consider this period to be the golden age of the Ottoman Empire. However, throughout time the empire slowly began to get weak, with the Ottoman princes fighting each other for the throne, and having irresponsible sultans ruling the empire. On the other hand, the Ottomans were facing many defeats against their rivals, which meant the Ottomans were not able to expand their territory in their enemies' regions. Later, some European empires were gaining power. They were becoming so strong that they were surpassing the Ottoman Empire as the new superpowers in that time. For example, the British Empire and the French Empire. One of the reasons that they became so powerful was the modernization of their countries.
We have technology!
But the Ottomans were fallen behind to modernize their country. However, Sultan Mahmud II decided to finally modernize the Ottoman Empire. He even changed his clothes into new and modern ones. Unfortunately, modernization did not help the Ottoman Empire to restore its glorious time, as the empire continued to get defeated by their rivals. And it even got worse. The Ottomans were losing their lands.
Wait.
As they lost their African territories to the colonizing empires. Meanwhile in Europe, the Balkans were not happy to be a part of the Ottoman Empire, as they were constantly revolting against the Ottoman rule for their freedom. Greece was the first one to gain its independence, as they established the First Hellenic Republic in 1822, which later became the Kingdom of Greece.
Oh.
The other Balkans were also trying to gain their independence. And with the support of the Russian Empire, the Serbians, the Romanians, and the others managed to free their countries from the Ottoman rule. On the other hand, the Ottomans were also trying to stop the Balkans and restore their empire-lost European territory. This conflict later turned into a war known as the First Balkan War.
You are weak sperm. You are weak sperm. This is the strong sperm.
Then, they started beating Bulgaria in the Second Balkan War, because the Bulgarians wanted to have more lands than their allies.
Come on! Let's get him!
Now, it's the year 1914. The Ottomans have tried so hard to restore their glory, but they failed. Meanwhile, World War I has started. The Ottoman Empire decides to join the war as a member of the Central Powers. Perhaps this will be the Ottomans' last chance to restore their empire glorious time.
For too long we have been fighting each other in the past. But now things have changed. Brothers, we were rivals before, but now we are allies. And together, we will win this war.
Turk, your enemy has returned. I bring the destruction of the Ottoman Empire.
After the Central Powers lost World War I, the Ottoman Empire was destroyed, and the remaining lands of the Ottoman territory was divided between the Allied powers. In those rough times, the Turks needed a hero to save them. Then, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk entered the chat, as he kicked the Allied powers out by winning the Turkish War of Independence, which started a new era for the Turks, when he established the Republic of Turkey, which is the present-day Turkey.
Hey Turk, listen to my words carefully. Don't you know who are the Greeks? We f***ed you and Bulgarians in the Balkan Wars and the World War. Byzantine Empire existed for 1,000 years. Our grandfathers always beat you and never